Welcome back to Everlasting Summer. This is part 5, I think. And we just finished our checklist and had an interesting encounter with Alisa, so let's continue. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga and give it to her. She was sitting in front of her cabin, reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for a perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extend beyond holding fiery speeches on a lineup, scolding Ileana, and getting involved into my moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here. I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great, I could have signed it myself without going anywhere. Perfect. So, did you meet our nurse? Yes. For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine. Which club have you signed up for? I need to think first. That's a pity. It is vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow. Of course, sure. Right, it's time to go to dinner. About time. I was getting hungry. We headed to the canteen together with Olga. Whatever. I looked at the sky and noticed the sun was already setting. Sounds like it's winter time, if it's setting so early. On the porch stood Alisa and Electronic, Ileana and Slavia. When we came up, I heard what they were talking about. And never call me Vacha again, or you'll get another one. Ooh, electronic music. Oh, this brings me back to the 90s. I didn't call you that. You're hearing things. He did. I heard it all. You weren't even there. I was, in the bushes. Come, you guys, stop it. So it wasn't a football injury Electronic suffered earlier today. Nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Olga came up to them and asked about the ruckus. What happened? Alisa and Cheesecop. I didn't do anything. She shrugged with antipathy and went inside. Right, dinner time. I entered the last. There weren't too many free seats. There were a few free chairs near Alisa, across the canteen, but I'd better starve for a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a seat near Ileana, but I'm not into traditional Chinese whatever crawls cuisine. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I'll have to pick my poison. You mind if I sit here? Oh yeah, sure. No, I don't mind. Yes, you can sit here. I sat down. Look, it's buckwheat today. Do you like buckwheat? Buckwheat and chicken. I don't like chicken. Well, not that I don't like it. But if you'd ask me, I can't talk this fast. What would I prefer? Say, stroganoff beef or ragout? No, maybe just a hamburger or a rump steak. Do you like rump steak? ADHD all over here. I'm not that picky about my food. And that's the simple truth. 48 kopecks, Leningradsko, ice cream brands. Ice cream brands popular in late Soviet Union. Oh, is that so? But the desserts, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love 48 kopecks. And Leningradsko. Oh, sorry, I keep talking about myself. Maybe you like Eskimo better. Dinner was starting to get on my nerves, thanks to such a company. And I'm not a kind of person that can... What are you doing, Spirit? I'm not a kind of person that can just ignore someone who's talking to you. Even her. You ignored Olga earlier today. We're behind the same table, after all. I once bought a waffle cone and started eating it. And then you know what? I found a screw there. A real screw. Can you imagine that? Where's the screw bolt? I don't really know. Screws are those things you tighten with screw nuts. And screw bolts are those that you drive with screwdrivers, yes? If there was a speed eating contest going on, I would probably be in the top 3 winners by now. Alright, I'll be going. Bon appetit. I got up and headed outside. Miku was saying something, but her words drowned in a crowd of loudly dining pioneers. No spirit. I went out and sat on the stairs, waiting for dinner to settle down a bit. I just sat there and watched the night falling. Everything was so lively here during the day. Kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling and running around, constant chatter, games going on, and swimming on the beach. But after dark, the camp changes exceptionally. Sounds of day were swapped with silence, only now and then broken by crickets chirping or a night bird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow you could see things, maybe a ghost, or a spirit of the forest, or a wild animal. A human being would be the last thing to expect. This is how it looked last night, and now, locals follow their routine very strictly. Can you stop? In the day, camp was theirs. In the night, it belonged more to the forces of nature than to humans. She keeps biting my cables. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. It was electronic. Let's go play cards. Cards? Yep, I invented a new game. A good one. Good? Like what? Well, first we gotta find the cards. Then I'll tell you. Then go find them. What's the problem? Only Olga has them, and she won't give them to me. Why so? Well, the last time when Olga and Slavia went out onto the porch. Olga! Semyon just wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards. Actually, for what purpose? We invented a new game. Not we. You did. What game? I need the cards to show. I don't like this. Well, if Semyon is with you, then perhaps it's okay. To be really honest. Stop. Well, go fetch them together, Olga. We'll go fetch them together, Olga. Go get the cards with Slavia or go alone? Go with Slavia, of course. If you don't mind. Sure, let's go. We headed towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavia stopped. Hey, I just remembered. Cards are in my cabin. Good timing. And where's that? It's just down this road. Let's go. ... We reached the cabin that, in fact, looked more like a trailer. Just wait here a minute. I'll be back. It took her just a few seconds to come back. There. She showed me a deck of pretty worn-out cards. These must be marked in and out. That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play? Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules. Let's go? Let's go. On our way back, I decided to try and find out about something. How long have you been here? In this camp about a week. I see, and where did you come from? I'm from the north. That is... I called north. Thanks. Useful information. She looked at me and smiled. Looks like nobody in this camp is inclined to answer even the most innocent of my questions. I tried to approach from another angle. And what do you like? What do you mean? Well, your hobbies. Oh, I like nature. Strange, she's not very talkative today, for some reason. Nature, I see. Want to become a natural historian? More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history. This would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all the locals, she was the one who had nothing to hide. What if she got here just like me and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried exploring the ground. And why did you choose this camp? I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work. Another fail. Well, if you could choose. It's nice in here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here it's like you were becoming another person. Wasn't how I saw it. Spirit. What do you mean, another person? It's just that there's so many possibilities. You can learn so much, meet so many new, interesting people here. Now she started to sound like our chief. This raised a red flag for me. I decided to stop with the questions for now. When we came back, Olga told Slavia. I just remembered that the cards were in your place. It's okay, we got it. Good, good. Slavia and Olga went inside. I was going to follow, but someone grabbed my hand. Alisa. Her gaze sent a shiver down my spine. Not a nice one. You want something? I asked carefully. You're gonna play this stupid game? Yes? Something wrong with that? Nope, nothing. She was turning to leave, but then slowly looked back and smiled. So, you play cards? A little. I couldn't figure out what she wanted. So only Durak, and that's it? A card game popular in USSR, similar to President. I don't even know what President is, so I don't play cards very much. As if you're a poker star. Well, yes, technically. Then you don't have a chance. Why? Because. So you know the rules? Of course. Well, then you'll have an upper hand. I couldn't see why we would go on talking and motion towards the door. Why do you keep trying to leave? Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Let's bet. What do you mean? You're such a slowpoke. The cards. What else? What do you want to bet on? That I'll win. That's quite a possible outcome. I agreed calmly. So, are you afraid? No, I'm not. I'm not big on bets when I'm not sure about my chances. And you're not big on risking, too. Such an observation. I'm impressed. Right, then No, you're not. What else? I sighed in exhaustion. She started to annoy me with her rubbish talks about some pointless bet. If you won't bet with me, I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. Well, when you look like that... What? What you heard? I'd imagined her doing this. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna believe you? I've been here less than 2 days. Besides, want to try your luck? Right. And what will happen if I win? I won't tell anything to anyone. And if I lose? Slowpoke mode again? I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. I told you already. So you're telling me now that I have to work to prove that I didn't do something when I didn't actually do it. If that's what you want it to look like, not a simple decision. On the one hand, it was stupid to agree. I didn't know the. Can you stop biting my cables? I didn't know the rules, and gambling wasn't my thing. On the other hand, she could really turn my life into hell. Then again, can I even trust her? She can do it even if I win. So, you made a decision? I was going to answer, but suddenly Lena came around me from behind. What? Nothing. Lena hurried inside. So, bet with Alisa, I got nothing to lose, really. I may regret it 100 times. Fine, I'll do it. She smiled. But if I win, yeah, all fair, no cheating. Alisa turned, went up the stairs, and inside the canteen. Why am I doing this? Because she can set me up regardless if she wants to, since she decided to anyway. I let out a heavy sigh and followed her through the door. Inside, everything was ready. A few pioneers stood here and there chatting. Tables were moved out of the way to make place for players and spectators. I looked around. Something was going on in a far corner. When I came closer, I saw a large piece of paper with a diagram drawn on it. My name was among the players. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry about that. I can't really, close my doors to stop her from coming in because that won't work. And who came up with all this? I patted Electronic, who was standing near. Well, of course, it was your most humble servant. He bowed to me jokingly. This made me uncomfortable to the point of squirming. And why in the world am I among the players, then? I was disappointed. A few seconds ago, I thought I still had a slim chance to evade this tournament. Then I wouldn't have to fear Elisa's revenge for not betting her. I didn't read the full thing. Oopsies. But now this hope was gone. It was pure fortune. So let's see. I think it looks like I'm playing Lena. and Elisa's playing Miku. Okay? I already know that it's gonna go Miku, and I bet you'll Slavia is gonna win. And it's gonna be them again, and it's gonna be her and me at the top. Yeah, right. Fortune, except for I was already acquainted with every one of the contestants. While there were a few dozen of other pioneers standing in the room, I was seized by anxiety. Cables were getting caught. It's a feeling of being watched while standing in an empty room with no windows and doors. Will there be a prize? I asked him lazily. I wanted to distract myself with a pointless conversation. Electronic was just about to answer when Ilyana came out of nowhere and started jumping around him. Prizes! Prizes! I heard something about prizes. It's not the winning, but the taking part that counts. You know what's the main ethos of the... Ethos? Lab? Of the Olympic Games? What? No. You'll understand when you grow up. She made a wry face and jabbed Electronic in his ribs. Ow, that hurts. So what about the prize? Well, I don't know. It's not up to me. He made a helpless gesture. Really, if they came up with a stupid game, at least they could give the winner a chocolate medal or something. Liana suddenly jumped and raced off to a destination. Wish I was this optimistic. So, what about the rules? Wait a bit. Not everyone is here yet. Seriously, why can't you fucking explain it to me while we're waiting? I looked around the canteen. Alisa, Slavia, Lena, Miku, and Shurik are here. Seems like everyone is here. Not everyone. Xenia isn't here. The librarian. Oh yeah, she's in here, isn't she? He feels uneasy? Or is it just me? She's not here, so what? Pick someone else instead. Nope, can't do that. He answered slowly. I decided not to ask exactly why he can't do this. Well, go fetch her or something, I don't know. He can't go, he's the host of the event. The camp leader appeared as if from nowhere. But Olga... Electronic whine. But Olga... Semyon will go. Right, Semyon? She looked at me and smiled. Of course, who else? Where is she? In the library, I guess. Okay. I dragged my feet towards the door. Please hurry. What's Electronic's problem anyway? Night is coming soon. I was going to take my time, so I slowed my pace towards the library. But I found Xenia before I even expected. She was sitting on a bench at the square, staring at Genda, who was silent as always. What are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you. Sitting here, as you can see. She frowned. Then let's go. I don't want to. She looked away. Why? I don't want to. I sat beside her. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think about saying something like this. Xenia looked at me with a surprise in her face. So everyone is waiting for me? Exactly what was I talking about? Exactly what I was... whatever. Yes. I won't go anyway. She frowned and hid her face. But why? I mushed my arms, wondering. I don't know how to play cards. So what? Same problem here. Then how can you play? What, you can only do things that you read about in books or something? She's a librarian. They don't have a book about books. A book about cards? Of course. She was surprised. And what if you end up in Antarctica and have to rely on hunting polar bears for survival? Polar bears don't live in Antarctica. Xenia smiled. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on, it's not like someone's life depends on the result. She took her time to think. I just don't want to let anyone down. Right. I agreed sarcastically. And don't you think anything. I didn't get what she meant, but anyway. Obviously everyone has their weak spots. In a minute, we both were back in the canteen. Everyone looked at Electronic. So, he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of a draw, you replay the game. After this, the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers, he looked at me, since the number of players is just 8, we'll have only 3 rounds. Everything's clear? The crowd cheered. And what are the prizes? The prizes, what are they? Liana, cut it. Slavia stepped forward and tried to catch Ilyana. I won't rest until the prize is mine. Seemed like this girl alone had enough energy to warp jump to Alpha Centauri. Prizes, prizes! She repeated it over and over. Stop it! Slavia tried to reason with her. Electronic seemed to develop a case of vertigo from all this running around. Let's start already, I said calmly and added to Ilyana. Or you won't get any prizes. What now? Looks like my argument went through to her, so she took her place. Slavia followed her, giving me a grateful smile as she passed. The pioneers finally settled down. I approached the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Don't worry, I don't know the rules myself. And how can I be sure that it's not only myself? I sat down. Turns out we'll have to play the first round together. Yes. Finally, Electronics started to explain the rules. Oh no, I'm gonna have to actually play this, aren't I? Look at the cards carefully. There's exactly 6 of them in front of you. I hope everyone here knows how to count. Now you can open them. Oh, now you can open them. Whoa. Okay, there's some suggestive pictures on here, especially that queen over there. After everyone had a look at their cards, Electronic moved on. The rules here are the same as in poker. I hope everyone knows how to play. I knew the rules, but wasn't so sure about the others. First of all, it's a top card, then 1 pair, then 2 pairs, then 3 of a kind, and so on. In the first round, you choose a card which you would like to take from your opponent. In turn, your opponent can choose to shuffle his cards twice, or her, or they can choose not to do so if they don't need the card which you are taking. Take a note here that your opponent can see which cards are trading places. In the next step, your opponent takes a card he chooses, and so on. I think it's pretty clear. It wasn't too clear to me. Hey you, Einstein! Liana yelled at him from her table. I didn't get a thing. You'll figure it out as we go. Okay, I don't think I have to censor anything here. Electronic went to a table with a diagram, leaving Ilyana to smolder in solitude. You go first. I hoped I could get my mind around the game fast enough. I think I might have to go kick my fucking cat. Lena, perplexed more than usual, reached out for my cards. In the middle of the table, her hand stopped. Now I gotta stop for a second, too, to go kick my cat. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully she'll stop. If she doesn't, oh well. I can't control her because she's a stupid cat. In the middle of the table, her hand stopped. Will you... Oh yeah, I should be protecting my card. What was Electronic saying? To try to confuse my opponent, I can shuffle 2 of my cards. Twice. Or I can choose not to. Should I protect it or not? By the way, I can agree and give the card she chooses straight away. Otherwise, Lena can change her mind and take another card if she wants to. Otherwise, Lena can change, or she might not. I just realized I might need to do a little bit of censoring on the queen around here. We'll find out. Okay, so I'm assuming the green arrow means she wants the 3. I have 2 3s. I want to move this. Nope. How do I switch this? Let's get rid of this. Let's try and get rid of this. There. Alright, whose turn? Yours. The 9 for... Wait, what? No, it's my turn. I'm done. She wants this one. Have it. How do I let her have it? Okay, so she takes that, yeah. Things were getting clear. Or at least comprehensible. Now it's my turn. I can take back my card from her, or I can choose another one. Let's go with this. Lena can try and protect her card, but if I watch her closely, she can take the card I choose regardless of movement. I can take the card I choose regardless of movement. Okay, she didn't change them. So I still take this one then. It's still my turn. I had a jack. Jack, queen, king. I made it. Electronic, who is silently watching our game, nodded in approval. Looks like now we're getting somewhere. Now during the round, opponents trade cards 3 times. Keep an eye on each other. Penetrate your opponent with your eyes. Oh god. I chuckled. Penetrate. Doo-doo. What's so funny? Oh, never mind. I tried to keep a straight face. He stared at me for a moment, then moved on. And then we opened up to see whose cards are better. Electronic went back to his diagram. Okay. Yeah, for every queen, I think I'm going to have to censor a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. She wants my 4. She can have it. Take it. I'm going to go with this one. Still going to go with this one. She's not changing it. I had a jack. I have 2 jacks. You're not taking my jack. You can have my queen. I'll take this one. Not changing it. Not changing it. I'll still take it. I had a king. I had 2 kings and 2 jacks. She wants my jack. Take the 7. Take the 6. Bitch. She took my jack. I see you. My jack. Win. Yeah. Whoa. That's close. So she had 2 queens, I had 2 jacks and 2 kings. Cool. Win. I won! Seriously, it's hard to play a game that was made up on the spot, and not by yourself. But I won. Although the moment of glory was embittered by the fact that it was Lena who was the loser. She wasn't very confident in general, but now that she's lost. I'm too embarrassed to even look at her now. Probably I should have lost to boost her self-esteem, but I have a bet with Alisa. Meanwhile, Electronic proudly announced that the first round is over. Oh, I'm taking on Eliana. I knew she'd win. What I actually honestly expected Slavia to win. Whatever. A list of those who made it to the second round appeared on the scheme after a little while. Semi-final pairs consisted of Alisa versus Xenia, and Eliana versus me. A doomed sigh escaped me. This is going to be easy. Eliana immediately took a seat in front of me. Ha! She glared at me, grinning. How did you manage to outplay Lena? Cheated, perhaps? I'm not you. I just know how to play cards. At least that's what I wanted her to believe. And how could you outplay Shriek? Liana waved her hand, showing how easy it was. I've threatened him that I'll join his club. Oh god, she grinned yet again. Would you hold back too? Not a chance. Ugh. Then I'll choose the card to give to you myself. Have you heard the rules? Screw them. It looked like she really didn't care. Okay, but I would choose the cards to give you too. Deal. Inspired with a victory in the first round, I ventured upon this dangerous move. I could have argued, appealed to Electronic, and eventually have my own way, but somehow I felt truly confident on the outcome of this round. Yes, we were breaking the rules, but we were in the same boat with Ileana. I've looked up to Electronic. It's time to begin the semi-finals, he commanded. I've carefully checked my cards, ensuring that Ileana couldn't see them. It's Eliana. Alright, so I choose Games Phase Capture. I choose which ones to give her. You can have my 3. Alright, I get... Yes, I have to click it for some reason. I get a king. This doesn't help me. You can have my 6. I get a 3. I don't want to give her a 3 because I gave her a 3 already. Take the 8. I get... This is going to be bad. I get a 10. I had a match. Oh, good thing I didn't give her the 3. She would have won. Why does everyone have like thunderbolts in their hair? I'm just noticing that 3 thunderbolts there. Alright, cool. I won. Hey, this isn't fair. You must have held back and lost. She blew her cheeks with grudge and thus resembled Humpty Dumpty. Let's do a rematch, but this time you have to hold back. Get it? It wasn't only me who heard her, but the entire room, and even electronic. No rematches allowed. Liana completely ignored him. You must lose. I don't have the slightest intention to play with you for the second time, said I calmly. Fine, you want it this way? Yes, this way. Then I'll put the word out that you actually harassed Alisa. Oh, fuck's sakes. That's what I'm in this tournament for. To prove that I didn't. She whispered. What? I bent over the table and gave her a menacing glare. So you've been listening. I just heard it while passing by. Anyway, it's much better to play an extra round than... Certainly she can't. She can do this. She can't do this. I've sighed and appealed to Electronic. Not a problem. We'll make a quick rematch. Whatever. He shrugged. So the match has restarted. Or has started. Let's see. I have to give her a card, so... you have the 4. I ain't holding back. King. I've almost won already. You can have the 6. Three kings, 3 of a kind. I am hashtag winning. And a 4. Whatever, I won. I knew I won. It's just obvious. Fucking right. Easy peasy, said I and reclined in my seat. That's not fair. Hope she won't demand another rematch. How come? I chuckled. Okay, said Ilyana aggrievedly and got up from the table. This is probably going to run a little bit longer, but I just want to finish this part of the scenes. Oh shit, I didn't read that. At the same moment, Alisa took place at my table. I pulled a dumb, feigned smile. Like I'm afraid of her. Congratulations. Expecting to win? I'm expecting that you'll keep your promise. Okay, let's roll. Alright, yeah, the old rules. I've already got a pair. You can have the 5. I don't want this one. You want to keep this one. So I'm taking it. It's a 5. And you want the 5? No, take the 2. Ha! She fell for it. Let's take this one. She wants to keep it again. It's a 2. I gave her a 2. You take the 6. Somehow she didn't see that. Let's go for this one. Stop switching cards around. It's a king. Oh my god, how did I win? She had 2 pairs, but I had the higher number. Whoa. One of them was just a car. Usually they're girls, but okay. I won. What now? Hooray, I won. Let Alisa know who's the boss in the future. Oh yeah, this music. Hope it's not copywritten. Boss in the house, not future. That means that betting with her wasn't a waste. Now the only thing left is to hope that she will not spread these false gossips because of her loss. Suddenly, I got a desire to celebrate my own victory and have a dive at the beach. To tell the truth, I do not really know how to swim, but the possibility of diving into the cool water under the moonlight seemed attractive. After all, I spent the whole yesterday in my winter clothes, and surely you could nicely squeeze the sweat out of me. In the evening, no one should be here, so I took off all my clothes except my underpants and entered the water. If I only knew I would take my swimming trunks along. Usually it was enough for me to swim for 15 to 20 meters, but this time the euphoria of my victory spurred me on to breaking this record. I swam slowly and with tact, watching every move of my arms and legs and keeping my breath steady. And with that, we're going to end this episode. You'll have to wait till the next one to find out what happened. Bye.